Peace, love, energy, and infinite light to all my beautiful, autonomous, original melanated aborigines of Turtle Island, aka the Americas, and all the Virgin Islands as America, Haiti, Hawaii, and all the other ones, you know? Peace and honor to all. Hope everyone's having a beautiful, positive, grand rising. Hoping everyone's energies, frequencies, and vibrations are in sync with the ancestors, you know. Hope everyone's vibing with the correct frequency, you know, not the wrong ones. You know, Halito, grand rising. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's starting this day off beautifully, you know. Can't stress that enough. You win the morning, you win the rising, you win the day, you know? Shout out to the brother 603 Joey. Shout out to that guy. He's been doing this thing, putting in information, doing this knowledge, doing the damn thing, you know? I've been doing it for a while, been doing it for a minute, you know? Exposing the truth about the government, exposing the truth about the frequencies, exposing the truth about these elites and the cabal, you know. Shout out to the homie for all that. You dig, putting a light on that. You know, he wanted me to do a video on the 12 tribes of Judah, or the 12, you know, tribes of the lost tribes, or, you know. And to that, I will do another video on that, you know, because we've been learning about Africa, Kemet, Egypt our whole life. We know so much about it, you know, we know a lot about it, you know, just a little too much to my concern, you know, because when you really think about it, stopping at Africa and the African and Egyptian and the Kemet history, you know, stopping there and thinking that's the oldest known history and keeping on studying that history, you know, is going to keep you trapped in a box, keep you trapped at one level, and you won't be able to rise past the next one because you're only studying one culture. You're only studying one religion, you know. And when you speak of the Israelites, you speak of Kemet, you know, there's civilizations older than that, you know. So shout out to everyone who's, you know, who has studied ancient Egypt, you know, ancient Kemet, ancient Rome, ancient China, you know, ancient Africa, you know. Shout out to everyone who studied that, you know. But the reality of the situation is the history of the Americas is way older than the history of Kemet. A lot of your master teachers, a lot of your Moorish teachers, a lot of your Israelite teachers, a lot of your Islam teachers stop at that point in history and don't go further past that point in history. And when you really study the Incas, the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Olmecs, and Atlanteans, our history outdates biblical times, times of the Bible, time of Joseph, time of Joshua, you know. We have stories in history way older than Kemet. And we actually have history, I like to call it her story, of how we were the first to build the pyramids. Yeah. And when you really study our culture, and you really study our land, you'll see, and you'll understand the facts that Americas is the oldest civilization, I don't like to call it America, because that's what the colonizers call it. Like, you don't call Jamaica, you call it Jamaica or motherland of the Arawaks, We always named our land motherland and then gave it the name Turtle Island. The colonizers named it America, We never used the English language. We always, our first sign language, vibrations, frequencies, and sign language, That was our first forms of history. And we study our Mayan temples, our Inca pyramids, Mayan pyramids, our Olmec structures, our temples in Machu Picchu, our temples in Hawaii, our temples in Antarctica, our temples in Jamaica, even the brothers in Haiti. Shout out to Haiti. Shout out to all the Zoes in Haiti. You feel me? Okay, because they really Haiti. They know who they are, and they be stepping right. They know they're sovereign, They know they're Arawak Indians, They know they're not from Africa. They have no ties, They know they're their own, They're the islands that protect the mainland, so they know how hard they go. The Haitians are one of our strongest warriors, strongest indigenous warriors. Then comes the Jamaicans, then the Hawaiians, because the island Indians had to go harder than the mainland Indians, because they was the defense part, they was the outskirt part, You had to get past them before you got to the mainland. And there wasn't no step around coming past them, because they'll show you what it is early, So when it comes to like all these secret societies, the occults, the Freemasons, and the Knights of Templar, and the Night Serpent, or the Ancient Serpent, or the Ancient Dragon, those secret societies, secret occults, these people stole her story. Don't like to say his story, but they stole her story. And they manipulated people. The great deception for reverse psychiatry. So they use all of our things and put it as theirs. We had a serpent, God, to say, entity in our pyramids. Kacha, start with a C. It was on a Mayan pyramid. So I'm definitely do a video on the history of that serpent and what was the significance and why we had it at the altar and why we gave energy to that certain entity. And the sacrifices we did to people who came on our land, like Haitians didn't play that shit. They will fuck you up, they will scalp you, excuse my French. The ancient, Jamaicans, they didn't play that shit, they will fuck you up, they will scalp you. Just like the original American Indians. Once y'all made it to the mainland, we will fuck you up. We will scalp you. We will destroy your fucking soul if you try to fuck with mother and land and our babies. We'll sacrifice you, put you amongst the altar, give you, give things to, hey, this guy fucked up, but here you go. Give you this life, Don't take a life in vain. Give the blessings and give the things, give the energy to help pass the life into the astral realms. So that's why we did sacrifices on altars to people who didn't belong, or people who betrayed or wasn't loyal to the bloodline, It was very, very cultural, still are very cultural. Just that religion, all this other bull, jive, malarkey, just got us all twisted and vibing different, So yes, definitely shout out to the Haitians. They're very strong with their culture. I love how they stay with their culture. I love how they stay with their lingo. I love how they stay with their dance. We gotta do the same shit. Our American Indians, the Incas, the Mayans, they taught us how to step. You feel me? The Jamaicans, Bob Marley, he told us how to step, Everyone, we need to follow our steps of our ancestors and stop stepping in these colonizers' footsteps. We ain't stepping right. You guys keep fooling with Jesus, keep fucking with Jesus, you ain't stepping right. You're following the wrong ancestors. You guys keep stepping with Kemet, keep stepping with Hotep, you ain't stepping right. Stepping with Islam, you're not stepping right, once again, respect to what y'all believe in. That's what helps y'all. But in reality, there's facts and there's actual proof and actual rules and actual guidelines of how we were supposed to live life that's been set before us in the pyramids, in their tablets, in our temples. But we choose not to follow that. We follow a Bible, a biblical book, or rather follow the Quran or just some book from a whole nother land. When we already had our plans here, we already had everything here. We had everything dated, set, Mayan calendar, everything. We had it. Everybody steal our stuff and try to make it their own. Secret societies, that's why they do sacrifices, but they use it in a wicked frequency, a wicked matter. These occults, these Freemasons, the Vatican, they take melanated children, scare them as much as possible to keep their adrenaline bumping and to raise a certain enzyme in them and activate a certain code in the babies. And then when the baby's panicking and scared and panicking, they cut the baby. And that blood is just so rich in energy to them. These fuckers sacrifice these babies and drink the blood for energy and the substance. Ah, man. It gets deep, you guys. It gets deep. It gets deep. It gets deep. Study your history on the draconians, the reptilians. Just not really that much. They just took a lot of the history. But whenever you get to the occultic teachings or you ever get around someone who actually knows the truth, let's talk about these reptilians. Because while we out here doing what we're doing and trying to live this life and trying to find out what we're finding out, the government is being ran by entities that you have no fucking clue that exist. But that's another level for another story. We're worrying about grandma getting our land back first. We cannot fight these entities yet until we find out who we are, know who we are, so we get that extra energy and that extra power from our ancient ancestral entities and beings, you know. So that's a spiritual war in the other dimensions that right now I'm pretty sure we're not ready for. So until we get our land back in the physical, then we can work on this war. This million-year war, 100-million-year war that we have with the Draconians, with our energies and our frequencies. That's why we vibing like this. That's why they got these people controlling, I don't even call them people, these entities controlling the higher echelons in our system, in our societies, to control and cause chaos and mass destruction and just mass fear and just mass confusion and depression and anger, and they feed off that as if it's energy, as if it's a secretion they need to survive on. So it gets deeper than Africa, you guys. So shout out to Joey 603. We'll definitely do another video. I'm gonna do more, gather everything, more information on everybody, but I'm just letting you know this right now, buddy. Once you get past Africa and start learning more about Americas, you start learning about the real true history, what's really going on this planet. You start really, you're going to step up to another echelon and see, wow, this is what this is really all about. Because Africa is holding motherfuckers back. That's why they keep telling everybody about Africa. That shit's holding people back. We're not African. We're not African. Majority of us are the American Indians. And that's the great Masonic secret. They don't want us to know that. They don't want us to know that. That's why they pay these people, these hoteps and these Black Lives Matter societies to keep pushing that blacking out of Africa. We're not black, dude. Never call yourselves a color. So shout out to 603 Joey. I'm going to have your homie. I'm going to have your back homie for all this, man. You got any questions to ask me, let me know. We do this research, we'll link up. I'm over here in D.C. Shout out to the East Side, you know, East Coast. That's how we flow, that's how we roll, that's how we step. But shout out to everybody. One love, peace, love, energy, and light. I'll be back with you all as soon as possible. There's so much work to do. You guys got so much work to do too. Let's do it with a positive vibe.